What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Thomas Gallery, and today I'm doing a drawing of Magneto as Magnus Eric Langshire, a mutant from Marvel. You know, and I'm just doing a little bit of drawing. Now, for those who don't know, Magneto is, I wouldn't call him a villain, what they call him, anti-hero. Not really a villain, but like an anti-hero. That's what I would call him. He's not really he can be considered a villain depending on who you are and all that stuff. He can be considered a villain, but to a lot of mutants, he's a hero. You know, so, and they credit him as a co-founder of the school for gifted children, Professor X School. So yeah, and he has the power of magnetism. He can control metal and create electromagnetic fields and all that stuff. He's a very, 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 very powerful mutant. You know, he was born in Europe during World War II. He's actually Jewish, believe it or not. Magneto's actually Jewish. Let's see. And throughout the years, he befriended Professor Xavier, and they've had like a on again, off again friendship. They actually were Stan Lee and Jack Kirby designed them after Malcolm X and Martin Luther King during the '60s. You know, with the whole segregation, Jim Crow, and all that. He modeled Magneto after Malcolm X, and he modeled Professor Xavier after Martin Luther King. You know, two people who had a goal in mind, but you know, they just saw differently on certain issues. So they had like, you know, they always had a friendship. They had a mutual respect for each other. They just, you know, had some philosophical differences. So that's how Professor Xavier and Magneto's relationship is depicted. They have a mutual respect for each other because they both see that their goal is to help mutants. They just have a different way, different philosophies of going about it, which at times lead them to, you know, just sometimes they come in conflict with each other. They may even battle each other sometimes based off their psychological differences, but the goal is really for the upliftment for mutants. They both love mutants. They both love their fellow mutants, and they want to see them, you know, live in a better world for them. They just have different ways of going about it. Professor X is more of a teacher aspect, more of a father figure aspect. Magneto is more of a revolutionary figure in it. So, but they've always had a mutate. I mean, they've actually helped each other out in many ways also. I remember in the movie, the X-Men movie, when after it was a scene, was it X-Men 3, I think? Yeah, X-Men 3, where after Professor X was killed by the Phoenix, Jean Grey the Phoenix, and there was a scene where Pyro was talking to Magneto. He was making a comment out loud, and he said something kind of like a slight towards Professor Xavier, and Magneto stopped him. And Magneto had to check Pyro and said, let him know, like, look, despite our differences, Professor Charles Xavier has helped more mutants than you'll ever know. Meaning, yeah, we had our little issues and stuff, but one thing Magneto never questioned was Professor Xavier's love for mutants. He never questioned that. He may question how he went about, helping them, but he never questioned his love for mutants. Never did. So when Pyro made that statement, Professor Charles had to check him, like, look, hold up, man, hold up. You talking about my friend? Like, that's my friend. I could talk about him. You can't. He's helped more mutants than you'll ever know. He's only wished that Charles was alive to see his dream come true. So that's really been their relationship with each other. Like, they're brothers, they bicker and fight, but when it comes to mutants, there ain't no question. Charles knows Magneto loves mutants, and vice versa. Like, there's no question about that. And there are times where Magneto actually relieved the X-Men, where he would be seen as the good guy. Yeah, that's happened plenty of times. Let's see. Now, Magneto is known, his costume, his outfit rather, is very well known. He's known especially for his helmet. His helmet was made to block Professor Charles Xavier from reading his mind. And it's also the blueprint for Charles Xavier's Cerebro. Cerebro is the device that Charles Xavier uses to amplify his power so he can communicate and contact every person, and especially every mutant on the planet. Because even Charles, as powerful he is, has limits, but Cerebro actually helps him magnify that power. And he's already powerful, trust me. Charles is no joke. But, he need that little extra oomph. And that was based off of Magneto's helmet. But Magneto is an extremely powerful mutant. Like, he has the ability to control metal and pretty much electricity, because the electromagnetism. Wherever you have electricity, you'll have magnetism along with it. And he has the ability to destroy the planet if he wants to. Like, he actually has control over the core of the Earth if he wanted to. He could stop the core of the Earth, which is iron. Liquid iron spinning. He can tap into the magnetic force of that and do some serious damage if he wants to. That's how powerful Magneto is. Like, imagine having the ability to stop a planet from moving. That's crazy. That's just crazy. And that's actually where his name comes from, Magneto. A magneto which is an actual device. Magneto is a tool used that produces a magnetic field. Like some kind of device, and he is essentially a device that does that. And his color scheme is very, very simple. It's red and purple. Red and purple. Let's see. Almost missed a little spot too. I realized I missed a spot. It be like they you want a problem with me. Let me fix this up right here. Let me fix this up right here. Excuse me. I'm gonna color this right here. Bam. Gotta do all these little intricate parts, intricate details here. Alright. Now this long tedious cape here. A little bit of shadow to it. I call it the gray area. I'm gonna get to the dark shadows next after this. I haven't forgotten about the face either. Just want to go this large stuff out the way. So I'm gonna really bring it all together. All right. Let's see. All right, now for now, here we are coming to the home stretch. Put the highlights on them by his powers. I want to give him like a blue type of thing. Usually when I see him depicted as such, he always have like blue. And here we go. And I'm about and I will call it done. Well, Science, what's the day? What's today's date? Oh, okay, so put the name on there. Boom. Excuse me. All right. What y'all think, everybody? How you like it? Good? Hope you enjoy it. Catch you all later. Peace.